Hello, it's me, LeVar Mordred here. CNN is now done it again against the First Amendment rights. They're authoritarian assholes who are basically a dictatorship of journalism. Basically, they're no different than Stalin now. Thanks to this kind of rhetoric of going against the First Amendment right and freedom of speech, what I have to say.
That maybe you and other Democrats have missed opportunities to use your time to press Google's CEO at a time when these large tech companies are struggling to manage content perpetuating conspiracy theories. They're so vulnerable to outside interference. Isn't that a focus that could have been a missed opportunity?
A missed opportunity. Well, how about this right here? Of conspiracy theories. We have the right to hear on both sides, but of course CNN, of course, you're known for fake news. Are you talking about your conspiracies? Oh yeah, you're not. You're talking about anything on right wing. And just because he pulled out like 2 senators on good results, why is it 90% of Google research of the Trump administration is always negative, or always puts out CNN or a biased news source? It's completely ignorant and stupid. Just because you picked out 2 Republican senators off of the other Republican senators compared to, really? Just because you picked 2 doesn't mean jack shit nothing. And because you're trying to control the opposition of power. That's your whole point. There's a right and left for a reason, so we can agree to disagree. So we can find problems into a point of a logical discussion. The whole point of First Amendment rights, that you have the right to say what you want to, but I have every right to point it out and criticize it. But of course, CNN doesn't want that. They want to control opposition and basically just put down nationalism.
So it's a very good point you make. I would love if I could have more than 5 minutes to question witnesses. Unfortunately, I don't get that opportunity. However, I would love to be able to regulate the content of speech. The First Amendment prevents me from doing so.
Thank goodness we have the First Amendment right, because we don't want people like you in power who wants to rule the country like a dictatorship. So, you know what, I'm kind of happy for that, and our founding fathers actually made that. We have the right to agree to disagree. We have the right to basically question everything and question authority. This person is an authoritarian prick.
And that's simply a function of the First Amendment, but I think over the long run, it's better that government does not regulate the content of speech. I would urge these private sector companies to regulate it better themselves, but it's really nothing that I believe government can do, and so that's been my position all along.
All right, Governor.
So you want government to control people's opinions and control content. That sounds like something out of the Pink Floyd The Wall.
Or Governor, pardon me. Congressman, I promoted you, as you see.
You did. Thank you.
Congressman Ted Lieu from California.
Ted Lieu, shut up, okay? You make me want to throw up, okay? God. I mean, you had enough nerve to call yourself a person who's a man of principle. What principle do you have? Silencing voices that criticize you?
California, thank you so much.
Thank you.
This guy wants more government into the private sector of independent businesses. See, this is the problem here is, they're anti-freedom of speech, they're anti-people who criticize the government or criticize them. They don't want to hear anybody question authority. You see the problem here is, the left is now becoming authoritarian. Now they're becoming more like Stalin or actual straight up communism now. And they're trying to control opposition of power to basically fit their fake narrative and agenda. See, this is what scares me about the Democratic Party today. They're no longer liberals anymore. They're now the far left, to the point that they're coming close to Hitler almost. See, this is the issue that I'm afraid of on my future for my kids. That we have the right to criticize, we have the right to question, we have the right to speak what we want to. That's the whole point of the First Amendment rights. But of course, he wants to fit his fake agenda into these tech companies. But you know what? There's going to be people like me. There's going to be people out there in the world who are libertarians like us, who's against authoritarianism. There's a reason why we have a right and left. That's what we have other parties for, because we want to have the freedom of ideas and opinions, the free market of that. But no, you want to control all these things, you corporate nasty motherfucker. But I'll talk to you guys later. God bless America, and have a good one, because CNN, the Communist News Network, you guys suck.